Blessings, blessings, everybody. So today we're going to do a cook-up in the kitchen, in the Rasta kitchen. This is in honor of our grandson, Tevin. He is having surgery today. He's probably out. He had cleft lip, and so he has to go through a series of surgeries to take care of that. So, yay, thank you for joining. So we're going to do a cook-up. Can you hear me well? Can you throw up some hearts or likes if you can hear me well? Because I have this earpiece in, and I'm hoping that helps. I have a water cooler, and so it brings a lot of air. So I hope you can hear me well. Okay, so today we're going to do fried jack. And I ate that first in Belize. And it was really good. It had beans on top, and so I'm gonna do kind of like a breakfast, even though it's lunch. I'm gonna do a breakfast, and we're gonna work with. I had told you in the before about just egg. So this is not eggs, obviously, for vegans. This is a way to have some scrambled eggs. So we're gonna cook up with the just egg today. We are using unbleached all-purpose flour. Let me turn down this music a little bit. Okay, I already got some things cooking. Okay, so I've got black beans going on here. Let's see if I can pull this up. Grab. So I got some black beans cooking, and we're gonna add a little bit of a cheese to it. So the black beans are cooking up. And I'm going to show you how we add that cheese flavor. I've shown this before, but I'm going to show it again because a lot of people are searching for cheese flavor without the cheese. So we're going to do this really quick. You would go to, I go to Trader Joe's and I get tahini, right there, organic tahini. Tahini is actually made of sesame seeds. It has lots of protein. So again, when we're eating a plant-based lifestyle, people are always talking about protein. We can get protein without eating animals. So we're going to go ahead and show you what I do with the tahini. So I've already poured some tahini in here, and thankful to Mr. Sears for bringing us some lemons from Grandma's backyard. So they're organic, and just squeeze your lemons. I've already done so. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour into the tahini all of the lemon juice. Right, so we're pouring all the lemon juice. That's it. Do not add no water, just lemon juice. And then we're just going to mix it. Again, I've shown this before, but we're showing it again because I know a lot of people are looking to go plant-based, especially if you're wanting to be more health conscious. So I'm hoping that you can see how this is looking. It's kind of almost like a science experiment. So we're just going to keep mixing that. Bring it down so I can see what's going on. Mix it up pretty good. Now you could add more lemon juice if you want, but I'm just going to leave it as that because I'm going to throw it into the beans, and so it'll actually dissolve with the bean juice that's in there. Okay, so we did this. I'm going to get rid of this. And we're going to take our spatula, and we're going to just take some. Actually, I'm going to bring it to the table because behind me you can't really see. So just this over here, and I do have a spoon. Just a spoon. So I'm thinking you can see. So what I've added to these black beans is I have jalapenos that I actually got from the jar. You know how they have the pickled jalapenos, so I throw that in there to give it some flavor. So these are our black beans, but I want a cheesy flavor to it. So we're gonna use the same spatula we used to get the tahini out. We're gonna just take a nice heaping spoonful of this tahini. It's very sharp, so you wouldn't wanna take a big bite of it because it's probably not going to taste too good like that. And I'm just mixing it into the beans. I don't know if you can see. Just mixing it in. So I cooked these beans up yesterday, and I refried some of them, but today we're not going to refry them. We're just cooking it straight out the pot. Okay, so I'm going to let that cook up. Put the lid back on this. I'm going to let this cook up. It has the tahini cheese sauce in there. All right, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm kind of thirsty, so I think I showed you, if you looked at the pictures, I posted lemongrass. I've been really working on staying away from sugar, and that's not easy because I like to sweeten my drinks with honey, but I have conquered it. I can drink lemon tea right out of the glass container without sugar. Why are we avoiding sugar? Because sugar feeds cancer. And there are so many things out here that cause cancer. If you're pumping your gas, it says you're exposed to cancer. So if you're eating fast food, you're exposing yourself to cancer. And one of the things that cancer loves is sugar. Okay, so if you are somebody who's saying, okay, I want to be more proactive, then you'll want to stay away from sugar. So what I do to make this, and let me just pour some in my glass here. And all this is just lemongrass, boiled lemongrass. That's it, and some ice. And I use spring water. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I do that. Let me just take a drink. Yummy. Again, if you're trying to break, because I used to sweeten it with honey, and it's really good that way, but I'm trying to get away from sweetening my drinks, my food, okay? So I have the lemongrass in here. See, I went and collected it from my front yard. I have 2 lemongrass bushes now. Cut it up, and I put it into the bowl, or the pot. Take the spring water, and then we're going to go ahead and pour that into here. I've already rinsed off it, but you know, you mainly are washing your vegetables and your fruits, obviously, to get the dirt off and some bugs, but lots of people have to extra wash it because of pesticides, but if you're buying it traditional. But this is organic. Okay, so I used a lot of water in that. By the way, I don't know if you know, but you can get like, I think it's 6 of these at Costco for $4. So normally you pay like $1, even at the dollar store, for one. But you can get 6 of these in the package at Costco for $4. So for those people who like to shop at Costco. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on the stove while we're cooking up the rest. Get a lid for it. Put it in there. Alright, so that's cooking up. So you can have the lemongrass tea hot in the morning. I've replaced my coffee with that. So thankful I kicked the coffee habit. Yay! So you can cook that up with that. Okay, so let's get to the fried jack. So again, I made the cheesy flavor with the tahini, just to kind of go back into that. We're going to set that aside, because you actually can even put that onto the fried jack. So I'm going to go ahead and put my gloves on, because you do have to get down and dirty with this, okay? So put these on so we don't gross anybody out. I think it's okay to put your hands in, especially when it's your food, but we're going to do this today. Okay. So you get your bowl, you get a cup of flour. Got that in there. Your baking powder. Are you guys so proud of me? I learned how to turn it around so you can read without it being backwards. I'm so excited about that. Okay, and then you take your baking powder, about a teaspoon. My teaspoon's a little. All right, so about a teaspoon. You just throw that in there. Alright, then you can add salt or you not, it's up to you. I add salt. It's the pink Himalayan. I don't use white salt. White salt is horrible. Stay away from it. Get you some pink Himalayan salt. There's minerals in there that will help you. Okay, so we're just gonna throw that in there. And that's it. Oh no, that's not it. I'm sorry, that's not it. I like to mix up the ingredients before I add the liquid. And our liquid today is going to be coconut milk in the can. I've already opened up one because I tried this last night, so I can make sure I knew what I was doing before I came on with you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're just mixing up all the ingredients. And there, right? Okay, so now we're gonna take our coconut milk. Again, this is from the can. I'm just shaking it up. And we're just gonna pour, oh, there we go. I'm just gonna pour a little bit at a time. And I don't know if you, oh yeah, you can see. Okay, so we're just gonna pour a little bit. And then we're gonna get our hands in here and mix it around until we get a nice little consistency of dough. So I had this when I was in Belize. We went to a restaurant and they said, "You want some fried jack?" I didn't know what fried jack was, but I was willing to try. So if you travel, do your best to eat food that's different. Try not to go to restaurants that you can go to Fresno to, like Chipotle. One of the things I loved when we went to Atlanta is we got to take time to go to the Slutty Vegan, and that was fun. You can't get the Slutty Vegan here in California until they do a pop-up again. So, try things. If you travel out the country, like I'm so thankful I was blessed to have that opportunity. Try new dishes. I think that it just makes the experience a lot better. So a lot of the food that I had there, I'm very thankful that I'm able to recreate them here at home. Like the Johnny Cakes. Thank you to everybody who has been supporting Fire and Spice. My daughter Sheena Vaughn with her Caribbean jerk chicken and jerk jackfruit. And the Johnny Cakes sexy sliders. I don't know if you've had any of those yet, but they're pretty yummy. The sexy sliders are made with Johnny Cake, which I learned how to make when I was in Belize. So today we are doing fried jack. That's what they call it, fried jack. When I looked at the recipe from a Belizean, it's called the Bear Pantry Chef. So if you are looking for some Belizean dishes, you can look her up on YouTube. The thing about her though is she doesn't do vegan. Everything is kind of traditional, like she used vitamin D milk. I didn't know how it was gonna come out, but it actually came out fine using the coconut milk. I'm totally against cow titty juice. No cow titty juice. If you don't know your history and you look it up, you will find out that started from the European, the colonizers. They were hungry because they didn't know how to grow a garden, because they weren't placed in the garden, and they decided to drink the milk from the cow because they saw the babies were doing it. So that's not something natural, and it's false advertising when they say that it's good for your bones. It's actually not. And I'm really surprised that nobody has actually sued the dairy industry for false advertising. Because if I said today I can cure your cancer, I would probably be looked at just like Dr. Sebi was, taken to court because he could cure AIDS and all kinds of other things that he was able to do just by the food that we eat, which makes sense, right? But the dairy industry can go ahead and tell everybody all these lies about milk doing the body good, and the reality is it's not good for us. It wasn't made for us, unless you want to look like a cow. It's up to you. Your choice. But for me, I stay away from it. All right, so, and there's so many other things. If you don't like coconut, like my son, Terrence, he hates coconut. He doesn't like the taste of it. So for him, he could probably do almond milk, cashew. There's other milks, rice milk. I would stay away from soy. We are going to talk a little bit about soy today, but I would stay away from that as much as possible. So if you can see we got the dough looking pretty good here. Yeah, right? That looks pretty good. All right. We're gonna find out today why some of us vegans are still juicing. Okay. I hope this live's still going. Okay, good. Okay, it's still going. Janice, I saw you calling me, honey. I'm in this live. I'm gonna have to call you back as soon as I get done. Okay, so, all right. Or you can pop up. You can come through, slide through. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of flour here on my board. I don't cook any meat, so there's this board does not have any type of meat on it. It's only fruits and vegetables, and hardly any fruits too, because it has the wood will hold in those flavors. Okay, so if you are in a household where you might be serving meat in addition to your own vegan, I would suggest that you get a separate board. You wouldn't want to put dead flesh on something where you're cooking live, okay? So that's just what's helped me in my journey. Okay, so I got that from Ralph Smart. I don't know, how many of you listen to Ralph Smart? Probably not too many, but he's amazing. Okay, so I'm just getting it nice and working it in. Hopefully my arms start to get thinner. I don't know. Working it up. All right. So now what we're gonna do, I got my little knife here. I've already chopped up a lot of the other stuff. Like I said, I'm gonna make us an omelet. All right, so I'm gonna thin this out so I can cut it into different pieces. There's different ways you can do this. I just I'm gonna do it the way she showed on the Bear Pantry. And again, we're making fried jack. Okay, this is something that in Belize they cook, and it was really yummy, and so I'm gonna cook it up for us today. All right, so we're just gonna cut a few of these pieces, separate them. So that 1 cup got us about how many pieces here? Move these things around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So about 9 pieces from that 1 cup. I am going to try to do this with chickpea flour, because obviously white flour, whether it's unbleached or not, is not something you want to have all the time. This is just for today, you know, something you want to treat yourself. It's better than going to the store and buying bread from the store. Why? Because the store is probably going to use milk, and they're definitely going to use preservatives. So here, you're cooking it up, doesn't take that long, and you know what's in it, right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and roll this out. And I've only had one person have this a taste tester that came by today. He had the fried jack. I keep wanting to say Johnny cake, but it's not Johnny cake, it's fried jack. Johnny cake is made a little different. And if you're wanting to know how to do Johnny cakes, you could probably look that up on YouTube. Bear Pantry, she shows how to do that too. All right, so we're just gonna roll out. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm making mine kind of small. All right, so once you have it like this, it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. You can cut it in half. All right, so I think you can see. And then you want to take the knife and cut it in the center. So you end up with something like this, okay? All right, so now here it is. I'm gonna go ahead and just on camera let you see how this looks, and I'm actually gonna have to move my lemongrass over. All right, so then we got our oil, and we're just gonna place it in there, and it should bubble up, which it is. I probably gotta put it a little higher. So you're just gonna place it in the oil. I'm using safflower oil. I'm just gonna let that cook up a little bit. I probably should have super hot, and it only takes a few seconds. Okay, I didn't want the oil to totally burn, so I didn't have it hot enough. So you want to make sure your oil is hot. Let's see. Okay, somebody texted me and I didn't get a chance to read it. I think it was my cousin. Hopefully she'll come through. I didn't get a chance to read her text, but hopefully she'll come through. And if she comes through, then she can be my taste tester and she can let you guys know how this is. So again, you want your fire to be a little bit higher than mine. Let me go ahead and get something to place this on. So with these fried jack, you can do all kinds of things with them. If you have little ones and you're trying to do more cooking at home for them, less packaged goods, then you can make these and you can put peanut butter and jelly on top. You could sprinkle white powdered sugar on top if that's something you want to do. For us today, we're going to put the beans on top and I'm going to make like an omelet. And if you saw my posting earlier, I'm using a lot of food that I've been growing around the house. It's been about a good year in the making. Ever since I came back from my visit in Belize in 2017, I've kind of started growing a bunch of stuff around the house because it's such a great feeling to grow your own food. So if you're growing your own food, kudos to you. If you're just growing one plant, beautiful, and just keep it going. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so I let this sit in here a little bit too long, but some people might like it that way. So apparently you put the hole in the, so you can see the fried jack right here. It's very good. It's so yummy, so good, light and fluffy. Okay, so we're just gonna let these sit. I'm gonna do a few more, and then we're gonna move on to the omelet. So I'm gonna throw this one in there. Yep, that's cooking up good. I know some people share their vegan recipes on Facebook, and I want to say, your food looks so good. So good. And this isn't easy for me to go live and show things because, you know, it's a little nerve-wracking sometimes. You want to have everything perfect. But I would really love to see a lot more of us showing our vegan food going live because there's so much to be learned from doing this. All right. Oh, I see my cousin on there. I see you. I see you. You know you can come through. Y'all know where I live. Come through and be a taste tester. All right, I'm going to flip this jack over. Got hearts today. We're making hearts today. Hearts. So hopefully someone will stop by to be a taste tester because I can tell you all day it tastes good, but if you have somebody who, someone else who isn't cooking the food, then they can, maybe you'll believe them more than me. So again, this one came out looking like a little bit like a heart. That's cute. I don't really like them cooked up that much. I like them to be a little bit lighter in color, so I'm gonna have to pay a little bit more attention to it. So again, these are real tiny fried jacks. You can do them a lot larger than this. This is just the way I'm doing it, but you can definitely do it different. So now they're cooking up pretty quick in here. Let's go ahead and be daring and put two. We're being daring. Two are in there. All right. So these are cooking up. Put this in the refrigerator. I had to let it sit outside because I don't know if you're familiar with coconut milk. If it gets cold, it'll be really hard. So gotta liquefy it by letting it get warm. Okay, now these ones look a little bit better to me. Oh yeah. All right. I was trying to get my granddaughter and my daughter to come earlier so they could come try these. do a couple more, and then we're gonna move on to the just egg. I don't know how many of you have been thinking about trying this. This would be good for if you are wanting French toast and you want to stay away from the egg. So you could use this instead. But today we're gonna make like an omelet. All right, so we'll do a couple more, and then we'll move on. Thank you guys for joining the live. I really appreciate the love. Just hoping, you know, these little bit of things that we do for our own health will, you know, benefit others. Okay, this one, cutting it in half, putting a slit. Okay, so it's very simple. That's it. Cut in half and make your slit. All right, so if it happens to fold over, which this one did, then you want to try to, okay, that's a lost cause. I'm just going to let that be the way it is. This one's bubbling up really nice. That's not too hot, so I can show you. This one's bubbling up real nice. So you can see. Hopefully you can see that. So I kind of like it like at this stage versus it getting too dark. So this one I'll pull out now. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and put that aside because we got enough. I'm gonna go ahead and see. Nobody ever calls me, and I go live and people are calling me. That's crazy. Okay, so I was gonna try to put some saran wrap over that, but we'll deal with that later. All right, let's get into the just egg. I have over here my iron pot, cooking up with some, just coated it with some coconut oil. I like coconut oil, so it doesn't bother me, but like I said, some people don't like the taste of coconut oil, and if you don't like the taste, then you'll want to use refined coconut oil. The problem with refined coconut oil is you're processing it, you're taking things away from it, but you're also taking away that flavor. So for my son, I would use refined for him if I really wanted the coconut oil, or you can use other oils like grapeseed. Grapeseed oil is a good oil to use, especially when you're frying. It is kind of pricey, so today I didn't use grapeseed oil, but this is something that you could use. Avocado oil is another oil that you can use. Okay. Oh, let me not forget. And of course, there's herb-infused coconut oil. Yes, this is medicated. This is for those people who say, "Oh yeah, I want to feel good today. I don't want to be in no pain." This right here will do the trick. So we're going to add just a little bit of the medicated, all natural from Ja. All right, so let's get started. What do I got here? So if you saw the post I made with all the different pictures, we have bell pepper, red onions, habanero. What else is in here? Oh, zucchini. I harvested that one zucchini, and I went ahead and put this in here. So we're gonna go ahead and stir fry all this up. Stir fry that. Let that cook a little bit. So letting that cook, and then towards the end, I have what is it? Black basil that I grow, some garlic. I also took some cabbage from the front and some tomatoes from the front. And I'm also going to add a little bit of thyme. My thyme kind of dried up. I don't know what happened to it, but doesn't mean that it's bad. You can still use the thyme. So I'm going to take some thyme off of here. And then on the final touch-up, remember I told you about the flowers that grow on the zucchini? I went ahead and picked this little baby one just so I can show you that the flour, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and take this off, and we're gonna stir fry these separately from the just egg. Okay. So again, I'm gonna cook this up. We're gonna let this cook up really well. Show you how that's looking. And cooking that up. I love cooking with habaneros now. I used to do more jalapenos because that's kind of how I was raised with the jalapenos, but I really love the flavor of the habaneros. So I'm growing a bunch of habaneros around the house so I can just go out and pick them when I want. So we're gonna let this cook up. Hopefully it'll get going. Let's see, what is our, okay, so our lemongrass is going good. Let's see, I am looking, does anyone have a question while this is cooking up a little bit? Anyone got a question? Again, I'm drinking lemongrass tea. I just go around the house and I picked out lemongrass. When I was in Belize visiting, I would have lemongrass tea and soursop leaf. I would mix the two and I would drink that every morning. The soursop wasn't ripe enough, or actually it was diseased. So every time one would get ready to ripen, we couldn't eat it because there was a disease on the tree. So instead of letting that discourage me, I would just go ahead and get the leaves every morning, collect those, boil them up, and then I would have that tea. And I know that that helped with the tumor that I had. I had a 13-pound tumor, and yeah, carried that around for a long time. People thought I was pregnant, all kinds of things. And because it looked like I was pregnant, it was actually a tumor that was developed over my ovaries. And these things come from eating cheese. That was one thing that I ate a lot, was cheese. I traveled, so I would eat out a lot. So those things, they'll catch up. And it's not about eating cheese when you were 25. It's about eating cheese when you were 5 months in mommy's belly, right? So those things build, and it attacks our reproductive system. All right, so we don't want this to burn. Okay, I'm gonna cook up the zucchini a little bit more. As you can see, it's kind of, and it, there is a lot of oil, if you want to say, on this, but coconut oil is not bad for you. Not like if you were using the $3 oil. And a lot of the reason why I eat at home is because I know when I go to a restaurant, they're not using quality ingredients. They're using the cheapest because they have a profit margin they have to meet. And because us as consumers are looking for a $10 plate, a $5 plate, we're looking for cheap food. And so we can only expect that cheap food to have drawbacks and consequences. So if you cook at home more, you know what the ingredients are. One of my favorite places to eat is Cookin tamales. I love her tamales. She lists, it's a little spicy. She lists her corn as being organic, so that's good. She has vegan. Her tamales are great. However, I don't know how she cooks her beans, and I'm trying to stay away from rice. So, and I don't know how she cooks that. I don't know what oil she uses, and sometimes you don't want to ask people because they sometimes can be a little funny about you asking them. So I just order the tamales now, and I go home and I have my quinoa, and I have, oh, I think I might have a test taster. Yay, somebody's pulling up. So I order this tamale, and then I come home and eat it with my own beans and my own quinoa, because I'm, again, trying to stay away from rice. Okay, so that's something. Let me unlock the door. Okay, so that's frying up. So now I'm going to go ahead, before I throw in the just egg, I'm going to go ahead and add the basil, the What is the benefit of lemongrass? That is a good question. It helps with digestion. And that's all I can remember right now. But there are so many good things. Google it and list it. I would love to see that. The tomatoes that came off of the tomato tree. So we're going to throw this into our mix. Okay? Taste tester. What?
I heard it called for a taste tester. Sound like a Chinese kitchen up here.
We got a taste tester. Woo!
Okay.
We don't want no flies. We just want humans. All right. So we mixed all this up, right? This is going to be such a yummy, hopefully, a yummy.
Smell like a Chinese kitchen turf frying up in here. Let me wash my hands and be official.
Be official like a referee whistle. All right. There's a lot of habanero in here, and that smoke is smoking. All right. So I don't want to cook too much my greens or my tomatoes, so that's why I added them a little bit later than the zucchini. So I'm gonna just let this cook a little bit. But yes, lemongrass is very good, but I do know that the soursop leaf, that actually cures cancer. So if milk can say milk does a body good, I can say soursop leaf cures cancer. So we're letting that cook up. Let's see. Okay. Oh, almost forgot. All right. So not a good idea to eat soy all the time, and you have to pay attention to your packaging, and especially your like your meats. When vegan meats, they usually use a lot of soy, and it's not always a good thing. But today we're going to use a little bit of soy. We're using soy chorizo, and I pick up my chorizo from Trader Joe's. Okay, so we're going to use a little bit of soy chorizo. We're going to throw that into this mix. And I'm just going to go ahead and break it up. Break that up and sear that. Maybe you can do a Google search on your phone and tell us what lemongrass is good for. Can you do that?
Everything that we ain't got growing in our front yard. So if we ain't got it growing, then we don't know what it is in order to say it's going to do our body good.
Right. Oh, here, you know what you could do? You can maybe taste one of these jacks and let them know about it.
Fried jack.
Fried jack. But you got to get in camera. They can't see you. So if it's nasty.
See, they can't see me. They can't see me. I can't see me.
They can see you.
Fried jack.
Fried jack. Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Huh?
Okay. Water bread.
Mm-hmm.
Multi-purpose bread. A little sugar on there, get you a light enough donut. Put you some jelly and jam on there for those, into it.
So we added the chorizo. So we got a little bit of that chorizo flavor.
Yeah, I'm trying to eat.
Can you
I'm
smell
trying
that?
to eat. Yeah, I can smell that. I smell somebody need a taste tester. I want to be the taste tester. I ain't even biased.
So plant-based, right? Plant-based means we're using a lot of plants. Okay, so here we got, like I said, we got the zucchini from the backyard. We got the bell peppers from the backyard. We got some onions, not the onions, but what are those? The tall ones with the flour on top?
Green onions.
Green onions. We got those in here. All right, and we got some basil.
Basil.
And I'm going to add, remember I was talking, I'm going to go ahead and take these gloves off. Remember I was talking about the thyme, and my thyme kind of dried up, but we're not going to just let it go to waste. We're going to go ahead and just peel a little bit off of there so we get a little bit of thyme flavor in here.
Flavor is what makes the food taste better. The more organic flavor you get, the better your food tastes.
Right. Okay, and then we're going to add a little bit of the pink salt, just a little bit. A little flick of the wrist, right? A little flick of the wrist. Will see this live, and she'll know to just come by.
Come on by, try the food. It smells good.
Okay, so now we're gonna take our what is it called? Just egg, no egg, but it's just
no egg.
This you can find at Smart and Final right here on Ventura and the tracks and.
So how do you substitute a real egg for no egg?
I don't know. There's a bunch of lists of ingredients. I'm gonna hold that up there. I don't know if you can see the ingredients. So again, this is not something you would do every day because it is processed, This is something like if you just felt like you wanted some scrambled eggs or some French toast, this is an alternative. All right, so we're just gonna, let's see, maybe I'm gonna put it on here so you can see how I'm pouring it in. Think you can see?
Hot skillet plate. That's a hot skillet plate.
I'm gonna shake it up one more time. And we're gonna just kind of throw it in there. We're gonna do the whole thing. All right, because I already, like I said, did some yesterday. All right, so that's how it's looking, just like your omelet, right? And we're gonna let this cook up. So again, we put what do we have in there? Zucchini, onions, just like you, how you would want to make your omelet. That's all I did with this. I'm gonna let that cook up. Oh,
there's no meat, no egg, and no cheese, no dairy, no.
Right, no dairy.
Pork, no chicken, no fish.
No animals. No bones, no blood in the kitchen. No bones, no blood. So I just added some pepper. I'm gonna add a little bit of cayenne pepper, just a little bit.
Gotta get her to keep hiking that so y'all understand vegan.
Right? And we're gonna use turmeric. Turmeric is really good, anti-inflammatory. This is a must-have in the kitchen, especially if you have back pains, muscle pain. Turmeric will take care of that. So
I don't know about y'all. I've seen like 16 ingredients go in since I've been here. Boy, look here. Either gonna taste good or you're gonna be spiced up.
We shall see. Okay.
Spiced up.
I'm gonna go ahead and mix this. I'm not trying to make a perfect omelet where you flip it over and all that stuff. I'm just gonna mix it all in. You can do that if that's what you want to do with yours. Definitely. But I'm mixing it all. Let's see. There it is. So I just kind of want you to see that it is looking like an egg, right? Doesn't that look like scrambled eggs? What do you think?
It's yellow.
Right? So
it's warming up like eggs.
It's
we
warming
got some
up just like
consistency.
eggs. Just like it, but I don't want it to burn. So let that cook up a little more. So again, we used just egg. This is something that I came across. I watch a lot of YouTube videos with food, especially the vegan people. So they were somebody that was showing this, and I went ahead and decided to invest in it, and it's actually very yummy. So again, let's look at this and how this is coming out. See that? It's looking just like.
You can smell the peppers.
Just like.
Cayenne.
Scrambled eggs.
Scrambled.
So just letting that cook up where it doesn't burn. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to take our smaller pot. And we are going to lightly stir fry. Oh, turn the fire down on that one?
Let it simmer on, let it turn it off, let the heat from the skillet take it.
That's a good idea.
Really should need some more heat to it at all, just to kill it itself.
So the skillet is hot, good idea. We're just gonna let it kind of finish cooking, so we don't let it, so it doesn't burn. We're just gonna finish cooking it with that. So our next thing is our flowers. Turn the fire off. Oh no, I didn't. I turned the back fire off. My bad. Okay, sometimes my stove doesn't want to light up, so we have to use it. There we go. Warming up the beans there, but I turned it off the front one, but I turned off that. All right, and then we're going to use avocado oil. There it is. We're going to use avocado oil for our flours.
I guess when we move out the country, we missed that part about eating the flowers and stuff. You know, we kind of left that part back there where the other folks was when we got to the front of the house. We went straight for the squash.
So we're going to cook up these little flowers. They are edible. They are a delicacy. You can't always find them. So if you do see these yellow flowers, Vallarta, the store Vallarta, they usually will have them. The cherry auction will have them, and sometimes the vineyard farmers market will have them, but not always. So again, this is the way they grow. This is the zucchini, and they grow like this. So when you see this flower, know that the zucchini is going to be right after that, okay? Reduces obesity, treats respiratory. Yep, all that in lemongrass. Thank you, Valerie, for posting that. Lemongrass is really good. I don't know about the obesity reduction, because I'm pretty thick, but anyways, we've got our flowers, so we're going to go ahead and, let's see, what's going on with our lemongrass back here. It's not quite boiling yet. Okay, that's good.
So y'all don't be afraid. Y'all better come and take some of this. Probably the only time you're going to get this. I heard this is the only spot where it's going down like this.
Ain't no other place.
Ain't no other place.
I haven't seen nobody else, pull things from their garden yet. But that doesn't mean it ain't happening. We just gotta see you doing it. So again, we're just cooking up these flowers, giving them a little
Cooking
light.
up some flowers. You believe that? Some flowers.
Nice little cook up there.
Crystallized. Maybe put some batter on them.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. You could do a deep fried with it. That would be not a bad idea. All right, now we're just going to take our avocado because we're going to add some avocado. Oh, God. These purple, beautiful things here. Bird pepper, or this one is Brazilian pepper that I got from the cherry auction. I bought the plant. For those of you that don't know, if you have EBT, you can buy plants. That's the best way to make your investment in food. Because if you just buy food, right, just packaged food with your EBT, it's gone as soon as you eat it. But if you buy a plant with your EBT, now you're producing food on a regular. I have a plum tree that was bought with EBT in my front yard. And the neighborhood kids get plums, everybody likes the plums. So that is a better investment than if I went and bought a package of plums. That's gonna cost about $4 or $5. You bought the tree, and now you have plums when they're in season. Okay, so we don't wanna cook this up too much, just a little bit, that's good. And we're just gonna cut up I don't have a avocado tree yet, so maybe one of these days we'll add that to the collection.
Avocado tree get big as a walnut tree, unless you can dwarfize it.
Put it in a pot, I guess. That could kind of keep it from getting too
that's
too
growth
large.
control.
And you can still get your.
So I do a lot of pruning.
Okay, so I think we're good now to make a plate, and let's see what our taste tester thinks of the plate. Let me clear off a couple of these things here. Let's see.
Get to taste the garden in the press of eating flowers. Boy, look here.
These are chives. Okay, so when you go and you order chives, that's what these are. I'm just gonna throw them in with the flowers. I didn't want them to cook too much, so that's why I didn't throw them in immediately. We're just letting the heat of the pan take care of it. All right, so now it's time to get this all together. We're gonna pulling out our animal print, but no animals, please.
We gonna kill something, but it ain't gonna be an animal, huh?
Right.
Take some stock.
So I'm doing about 3 fried jacks, and I think for this one, we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of the tahini. Just a touch, not too much. Give it a little bit of a spread on the tahini again, not too much. Like this one kind of has a lot, so I'm gonna move that over to there. All right, so we got that. Now we're going to add the black beans. I don't want too much of the juice of the black beans, so I'm gonna try to just get beans. And I'm just serving it the way I have it out.
Hot off the stove. Y'all don't know when she invites you in to come and get some, you get it right off the stove.
We're gonna throw some cilantro. I know not a lot of people like cilantro, but cilantro is really good for you. It removes heavy metals out of your system. So if you're not somebody who likes cilantro, you may want to put it in your water, let it sit there overnight, and then take it out, and that'll help remove, again, heavy metals.
Toxins. You're gonna be so clean you ain't gonna know how to breathe. You're gonna have your lungs double pumping. I'm saying what hit me. Gonna be toxified, chemical dried out.
All right, we're
For real.
gonna put the flour on top of there.
Flowers on top.
Throw the chives.
Chives.
My cousin Candy was supposed to come by, and I was gonna do this for her, but
Candy, don't be scared.
she got caught up. I think she got caught up at work. That's okay.
Business oriented, successful lady. Congratulations.
All right, so now we're gonna add the. Again, this would be more of a breakfast. We are cooking it for lunch, but this would be more of a breakfast. Okay, so we got this. We got the plate. Let's see about adding a little bit of avocado to it. I'm just gonna get my fingers up in it. Alright. And now we're gonna turn that over to you. Okay, I see. Sorry. Is that facing you?
Hey, how y'all doing? Yes, this facing me. And the new, what is this? Brazilian fried jack.
Fried jack with black beans on top, and I'm gonna make.
Fried jack with black beans. Just not the infused. Not the infused. No.
I infused the scrambled eggs. I don't know if you can
okay.
see that, so let's see. I don't know. Maybe you'll have to move over this way. Move over
I gotta
this
get
way.
in the right position, y'all. So if I slip and fall, it ain't because I didn't eat it. It was hot. Okay, now I'm in and I'm out. Okay, got
Going in, let's see. I'm moving some of this stuff off the table so you can see. Right there is good. Right there. Come over just a little bit. Bring the chair this way. We working in a kitchen.
Yeah, I guess sometimes you gotta follow orders in order to get the directions right.
Right.
Okay, so up in there, Rasta's kitchen, eating some fried Johnny cakes and infused
Just in case.
green eggs and ham with no ham. I'm saying black beans with some flowers. Let's see.
And I'm gonna go ahead and make mine. I'm gonna make mine. Let's see.
Mama like homemade biscuits. The red beans, black beans.
Black beans.
What type of beans are these?
Black beans, just black beans.
It's black beans, no Caribbean black beans, no Spanish.
No, I
Black
kind of
beans.
did a mixture. Oh, what do you call it?
Indian black beans you went around the world, so I don't know, you may have got them from Brazil. You got them from Brazil? Brazil black beans?
Just the black beans from grocery outlet.
Black beans from grocery outlet. So that means all of us can get some black beans. So the recipes got to come from Brazil, I believe.
Did you have a? You didn't have one of these purple. So how does that
Best
taste?
part is still getting stuff added to it, so that means it ain't done yet.
Right.
But no egg tastes like egg.
Oh, good.
Chorizo
Good.
with the meat flavor kind of give you really don't taste the difference in it. I guess unless you process to the more thickness of the egg itself. Being that she wasn't trying to burn it, I maybe got a little thicker. But all the rest of the vegetables are soft. I don't know about eating a plant though, but I guess for the sake of the situation.
So I'm gonna see how this is.
But she a cook, so she gonna like anything and everything. But so far it seems to be pretty delicious.
That's pretty good.
It's hot.
Get in here. Okay, right here.
It's hot. But it's made fresh.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good.
Black beans, eggs,
Yes.
avocado.
So the what is that called? Just egg is a hit.
Yeah.
So if you have family coming over and you want to feed them something vegan and they think they're getting scrambled eggs, go ahead and hit that. They won't know. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, let's see about the fried jack with the beans. The avocado.
I'm waiting for the infused part to come in because you know I have a whole lot of work to do out in that sun. You know, I want to be feeling good.
Well, keep eating the eggs.
Gotta eat more eggs.
All right, this
More
is going to be a
eggs.
little messy, but that's all right.
Black beans, rice, no rice.
That's yummy. That's yummy.
Pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Don't be afraid to be a test teacher in the kitchen. When you're getting cooked in front of you, that's the best way you can get it.
You could be here. You could be
Best
here.
way you can get it.
Yeah.
Best way. Huh.
This is good. This is really good. So I'm encouraging you to plant food in your yard. There's no excuse about can't afford it because if you're receiving EBT, go to Costco and get your fruit and vegetable plants. Grocery outlet will sometimes sell the plants. And let's see what else. Walmart.
Then call her over to show you how to cook everything you planted. Tell her to call her over, tell her how to put it in the pot, how to cut it up, what minerals used in the dirt and the soil. May gotta wear the best place to put it. Maybe around your music box. We're getting all the soul vibes from the music. You know, this is a trick to all this. I'm telling you, it's a trick. But if you understand, food is pretty good. Testing stuff ain't all that bad. It ain't all that bad. It ain't all that bad.
Ain't all that bad.
It ain't all
It's
that
yummy.
bad.
Very good. So, again, eating healthy is very important, especially if you are, you have a blessing in your oven. For those mommies to be, pay attention to what you're eating, because that's feeding your baby. If you're nursing, if you have children, if you have grandchildren, pay attention to what you're eating because your grandchildren want to see you. They want to see you. They want you to see them grow up. So. Be good to your body.
Hey man, for the grandkids, I need some more, y'all. See what I'm saying? I ain't got enough.
I'm cool. Well, maybe one more. Terrence, you could probably do a couple more. Sheena, let's see, maybe 2.
I ain't done yet. I love my grandkids, so the more I got, the happier I'll be. Even if I'm still chasing them, I'm running behind somebody.
Right?
Amen, huh? Thank you.
See,
Fried jack. Black beans and
I have to be careful because all I need is some flour and some baking powder. And there's bread. Can't have this all the time. But today we're treating ourselves. And we're thankful for our grandson Tevin. We know he's going to come out strong from his surgery today. Very good. That's telling you right there, because are you a vegan?
killing me, y'all. She ain't give me nothing to drink. No lemongrass tea.
Oh,
No nothing.
I just.
All the peppers and the oregano and spices, boy, tearing my throat up. I'm trying to be talkable, but look here, can't breathe because I'm feeling the fumes out of my nose. And man got his brother all twisted.
Here, you can share some of my tea because I already poured all of it. Any questions? Anybody got any questions? Okay. No questions. Again, today the star was fried jack. It's Belizean, Caribbean. Very easy to make. Very yummy. The Bear Pantry chef. That's where I learned how to make it from her. So if you look her up on YouTube, you can find her. However, she's making it with cow titty juice, and we didn't. We made it with coconut milk. So you might want to, switch it up if you're working on your vegan food. You can put peanut butter and jelly on top of it. You can powdered sugar. You can do all kinds of things with that. So, all right, y'all. Thank you for joining. It was fun, and hopefully you learned something. Let's see, I don't have any questions from anyone, so I think we're good. All right.
Cheers, fried jack.